We don't even know how the studio measures the rate. They say it right there in the actual article. Hi guys, Kidru64 here, and today I want to do a quick candid video talking about the Picard Season 3 teaser trailer, which just dropped today as of recording this video. And the only reason why I'm doing a video on this is because I don't think I've ever seen a trailer drop for the follow-up season in the middle of the current season airing. I don't think I've ever seen that. Has anybody else out there ever seen that? I know they shot part of season 3 in while they were shooting season 2, but still, that makes no sense. Normally you would release the teaser trailer for the follow-up season after the final episode of this season is aired. That's usually the way it works, but that's running under the assumption that people are actually watching season 2. And based on the fact that we're releasing this mid-season, tells me a couple things. One, the viewership for season 2 has to be pretty bad. And I have multiple articles to back up my thoughts on this, and we'll get into that here in a second. But it has to be bad because dropping this with announcing the TNG crew coming back mid-season is obviously in an effort to drive viewers to the currently airing season 2. There's no other reason to drop this mid-season other than that. And yes, I know April 5th, which is today, is First Contact Day, okay? That's still not an excuse for why you would drop this in the middle of a season that's currently running. For those who don't know, for the layman's, April 5th is the day that the Vulcans came to Earth in First Contact. So it's a Star Trek day. It's like, May the 4th be with you, that kind of thing. So, but even still, that's not an excuse to release this in the middle of a season that's currently running. And part of the reason they shot part of season 3 with season 2 was because the budget was cut from season 1. So I'm just gonna lay this out there for anybody who's new to the channel. I am a longtime Star Trek fan, big fan of Star Trek. I've been since I was a kid. I do not like new Trek. If you like new Trek, that's cool. I'm not here to take away anybody's enjoyment of Star Trek, whether it's new Trek or old Trek, whatever it is. Whatever you enjoy what you enjoy. I don't like new Trek. I don't think it's fundamentally Star Trek. So I'm just going to throw that out there, and that's where I'm coming from in this video. But regardless, I'm going to lay out facts from articles that actually back up what I'm talking about and saying that obviously Picard is not performing as far as viewership goes. One thing to know about streaming services is they don't put out viewership numbers. They very rarely ever do. Netflix does sometimes, but in general, any of these streaming platforms, they never put out the viewership numbers. And there's actual real financial reasons why you wouldn't want to put out the actual viewership numbers. But there is information that the actual streaming services do put out as far as what their top performing shows are. So let's take a look at what those are. 1883. The whole reason why I currently have Paramount Plus is because I got it to watch 1883. I just recently had seen Yellowstone. I binged all of it and was really looking forward to 1883. I got Paramount Plus for this show, and I think it was worth it because I loved 1883. Very good show. Far better than the Star Trek fare that they're pumping out right now. So this article is December 21st, 2021. 1883 is Paramount Plus's most watched original series premiere ever. Taylor Sheridan has another hit on his hands. 1883, the prequel to Yellowstone, was Paramount Plus's most watched original series premiere ever, more than double the previous record. It was also the most social drama series Sunday night across streaming. The sample event on Paramount Network following a new episode of Yellowstone was also a hit, drawing in 4.9 million total viewers, the biggest new series premiere on cable since 2015. So 1883 is the highest premiered show. This article is from The Wrap. 1883 shatters Paramount Plus record with most watched original series debut ever. Yellowstone prequel more than doubles the streaming platform's old record. So not only is it the highest premiere episode ever on their platform, it was double the previous record. Still no mention of Picard in any of these articles. And season 1 had already come out at this point. Giddy Up Yellowstone prequel. 1883 just annihilated the Paramount Plus record for most watched original series ever. Sunday's debut more than doubled the previous record. The Viacom CBS-owned streaming platform boasted in a press release on Tuesday. The The show's premiere also nabbed an additional 4.9 linear viewers, which we mentioned in the previous article there. That alone made 1883 the biggest new series premiere on cable since 2015. So 1883 was a massive success for the streaming platform. Now we'll look at the Halo show, which also premiered while season 2 of Picard is airing. They decided to go ahead and launch Halo at the same exact time, which tells you how much faith they had in Picard. And this article comes from Collider. Halo breaks record at Paramount Plus, becoming most watched original series within 24 hours. Oddly specific way to put it. Paramount Plus may have a major 20th century hit on their hands. The streamer has unveiled that Halo has become the biggest hit for an original series in the first 24 hours since its release. Again, that's oddly specific. It's unclear what the exact viewership numbers were, nor how the studio measures this rate, though it's a clear winner for them nonetheless. See, that whole sentence right there doesn't even make any sense. It's unclear what the exact viewership numbers were, nor how the studio measures this rate, though it's clear winner for them nonetheless. They are entirely taking the word of Paramount Plus by saying, hey, this was the biggest launch in 24 hours. So they're taking they're my word. We don't know how many people actually viewed this. We don't even know how the studio measures the rate. They say it right there in the actual article. But it's a clear winner nonetheless. Regardless if you take the information that Paramount Plus is putting out there at face value or not, the fact is that they didn't release anything as far as viewership of season 2 of Picard. They haven't released anything. Now, for season 1, some of the stuff that was leaked out was that they lost 40-50% of their audience throughout the season 1 of Picard. And I'm not surprised. A lot of people went to check out Picard because they are TNG fans and were massively let down, and I'm included in that. But there's no articles on season 2 viewership. At least I couldn't find them. If you guys have seen some stuff out there that says that the viewership is doing well, okay, I didn't see it. I didn't see any of it. What I did see is lots of articles on Halo. I saw lots of articles on 1883. That's what I saw. And 1883 was a really good show. Again, that's the only reason I still have Paramount Plus. It's the only reason that I even checked out Picard in the first place, because I gave up on New Trek. I only checked out Picard because I already had Paramount Plus because I wanted to see 1883, and Picard happened to premiere the first episode while I was finishing 1883. So I figured, what the heck, I might as well check it out. And I thought it was okay. I was like, hey, this could be a turning point. This is the best episode of New Trek I've seen. Maybe this is a turning point with season 2. There's a new writer on board. Maybe he's going to do a better job. I see some potential here, and I started reviewing it based on episode 1 being okay. It wasn't the best thing ever. It wasn't even, I wouldn't even say it was very good Star Trek, but at least it was moving in a direction where I saw, hey, this could be good. This has some potential here. Unfortunately, it devolved very quickly. Honestly, I probably would just give up on this show. I'm kind of a completionist when it comes to stuff like this, so I kind of want to finish it out. But honestly, I probably would stop if there weren't people who actually wanted me to continue my reviews and finish out the show. The only other reason why I have Paramount Plus is because I watch Ink Master, because I like art, I like the creativity in that show, and Survivor, because I've been a fan of Survivor since Australian Outback. So, I guess those are kind of my two reality show guilty pleasure things, but I view them more as game shows. Regardless, that's the only reason why I still have it. At this point, I've started buying the physical media of all the Star Trek seasons. What Paramount Plus has done successfully, by the way, is finally move over all their Star Trek shows on their platform, so they have a monopoly on it. They've been on Netflix forever, and I watch them all the time. It's one of the reasons why I keep Netflix, to be honest, is because I always watched episodes of Star Trek. At this point, they moved over all of their shows except for Deep Space Nine. That's the only show left on Netflix at the time of this recording, though that'll eventually move over, I'm sure, as well. TNG just moved over the end of April, so they literally just moved over a few days ago. And at this point, if you want Star Trek on streaming, you have to get Paramount Plus. So overall, I feel like based on these articles and what I've read, what has been put out by Paramount Plus and what hasn't been put out by Paramount Plus, which is also important. If they don't put out numbers, but they put out numbers for other shows, that tells me that that Picard is underperforming, and their budget was cut for a reason for this season, because the first season obviously underperformed. But what do I think about the teaser trailer? Yes, I'm excited that the actual TNG crew is coming back. Do I think it's going to be any good? Based on how things are currently working in this season, Terry Matalas is the showrunner for this season and season 3. The story is apparently done by Akiva Goldsman. So, I mean, this is still Kurtzman stuff. Like, this is not Star Trek. They have bad ideas. They have instead of Bad Robot, it should just be called Bad Ideas. And I used to like Bad Robot, but I don't like anything that they're doing here. And they have the same writers, the same showrunner as what they have here in season 2. So that to me tells me it doesn't matter who you bring back or what you do. If the writing isn't good, the writing isn't good. It all comes down to writing. That's the main reason why New Trek isn't working, because the writing is bad. It is far more like Blade Runner than it is Star Trek. Like, the current Trek is very nihilistic. It feels like Blade Runner universe. It doesn't really feel like Star Trek. There's really not much optimism or anything like that. There's not really nuance in its storytelling. It's not Star Trek. And if people like it, people like it. Hey, I like Blade Runner. I just don't want my Star Trek show to be Blade Runner. And I don't want to insult Blade Runner because Blade Runner's well written. Regardless, yes, I'm kind of excited to have the crew coming back. They're obviously playing on the nostalgia of TNG. They have the music in the trailer. They got the voiceovers. All the actors are coming back. I've met all the TNG actors, by the way, at various conventions over the years. I'm excited to have them back. But honestly, I just can't get past the fact that the writing's bad. The writing currently is bad. It's got the same writers going into this season. So it doesn't really matter. It all comes back to the writing. So would I even check it out? I don't know. Maybe I'd watch the first episode. I don't know. Honestly, it kind of depends on how season 2 ends. If I make it through the end of season 2, if they get rid of the new cast, get rid of Girardi and Rafi, and get rid of all of the new cast, just get rid of them all together. Just have the final season be Picard and the TNG crew. I'd be fine with that. You can have Rios guest star in a couple episodes as Captain of the Stargazer. I'd be fine with that. Maybe if you do that, then I'd be like, okay, well, at least the actors are coming back to play characters that I like, and sometimes that can overcome bad writing. Potentially. But to be honest, I feel like they're just bringing back the crew, and they're the ones who are going to have guest spots, and Girardi and Rafi and all the new crew are still going to be around. So yeah, I don't really care to see that. But what do you guys think? Was this trailer enticing? Are you going to check in for season 3 because you are a TNG fan and you want to see what they do? You want to see the original crew come back? To me, it feels like they're really trying to do what they should have done from season 1. Like, they should have just done this from season 1. They might have had a better success rate. And that's not a knock on the actors, it's a knock on the writing. But ultimately, it seems like they're really just trying to do what they should have done from season 1. Season 1 should have been Picard and the TNG crew. That's what people wanted to see. And like I said before, if you have those characters coming back, maybe it can overcome how bad the writing is. I don't know. It's debatable. I do think it would be a leg up over all the new characters, not to crap on any of the actors, because they're all fine. It's the writing. You know, these characters are bad. They're bad. I mean, Rios to me is the only character that's okay. None of them feel like Starfleet officers. None of them are very professional. Like, I don't buy them as being in a military exploration organization at all. They're all super emotional, and it's crazy. But what do you guys think? Does this trailer get you enticed to come back for season 3? I don't blame you. Like, this trailer is enticing to me as a TNG fan to come back and check it out, because it's got all the TNG stuff. But I feel like it's going to be a bait and switch. Like, that's pretty much what they've consistently done with New Trek. They'll throw out little things to try and get the fans back, and sometimes it works, but obviously it's not, based on the viewership numbers, because again, they didn't post them. But regardless, I'm kind of curious what you guys think. Are you going to check out season 3? Do you even care at this point? You checked out a New Trek altogether, or do you like New Trek? Are you excited for the new season? That's cool. If you guys like it, you are welcome here. I also talk about positive Star Trek stuff as well. I don't just rag on New Trek here. Regardless, comment and let me know. I want to thank all of my subscribers, and thank you to everyone who checked out this video. And if you like this video, please like, comment, share, subscribe, do all the YouTube stuff, or don't. I'm not a beggar. I'm Geechu64, and I always tell you the truth.